Why did Opendoor lose its way? What were the mistakes that were made? And let's talk about how we're going to fix it.
Well, there was two. One was predictable. Vinod actually warned Eric and me about this in 2015, that real estate has a cyclical nature to it. And you need to make sure that your cost structure will be acceptable when you hit the lows of that cycle. So you basically get as many variable costs built into your company culture and as low fixed costs as possible. And then you don't care. Like, so real estate, residential real estate, people's intuition on this is very, very off. At the low market, like when people think real estate's dead, 4 million homes transact a year. High in the market, 6. So you have 4 to 6 million transactions a year. You need to build your cost structure that you can be break even or not, incredibly unprofitable at 4 million transactions a year. And Eric and me collectively did not do that from 2015, 2019. So when the Fed started raising interest rates, and it actually did raise interest rates 6 times in a very compressed period of time, which is the fastest rate of interest rate hikes, the company then went from 5.5 million transactions a year as a market, as a TAM, to 4, and immediately started burning money. An extreme example of this that clarifies my point, I think, is what happened to Airbnb COVID the first month. Airbnb is a wonderful business, one of the best network effect businesses, maybe the best of all time. 13% kind of margin, take rate, whatever. And all of a sudden COVID happens and nobody's traveling anywhere. Companies had a very bloated cost structure too, but nobody noticed because they were minting money. Nobody travels. Guess what? All that G&A is pure burn, and they almost went bankrupt until they structured this very complicated deal with Silver Lake, which saved the company. Opendoor had that problem, but less excusable. COVID is kind of these true black swans that you really don't have to typically build your business taking account for. In real estate, you should take account for the idea that this would happen. So anyway, basically that's what happened in Opendoor. Then secondly, as Eric decided he didn't want to be CEO anymore, the board, for a variety of reasons, promoted this completely mediocre CFO, which is almost always a bad idea, to be CEO. And she went from mediocre to like the worst CEO on the planet. So the company for 3 years did every possible thing you could do wrong. It still survived barely, but like literally the dumbest possible things: partnering with agents, shutting down innovation, hiring people overseas, adopting DEI writ large, every possible mistake, stupid ass capital markets decisions, underinvesting in what we call AVM, automated valuation. Every possible mistake. So the good news is you can get like 10x value just by unwinding those mistakes, which Kaz is definitely doing. Even his first month, I think we'll get half of those unwound, maybe even more, like just in 1 month, because faster. But it's just like literally the more you dig in, it's kind of like Biden. Trying to cover Biden. It's like, if I just stopped doing every stupid thing that Biden did, like the world would be so much better. And like, I don't have to really do any innovation. I just have to stop doing stupid shit. The immigration border is the perfect example. Like literally on day one, we're going to stop like enticing people to come here. And all of a sudden, like border crossings go from like here to here, like in 24 hours. So like, that's like Opendoor. It's like basically border crossings. Like we had Biden running the company about as competently.